Hello everyone, my name is Marko Radojičić. Thank you for coming to this session. I hope I make it interesting. This summit, let's say, brought us a lot of interesting sessions and topics about the monetization of the data and how we can use our data generally in the future and in the new digital, let's say, world. But I will now go one step or maybe two steps before and see and talk about how we can acquire data, how we can transform the data, and how we can allow all the users of the data and to use that data on the most appropriate way. Companies nowadays get in contact with and get in touch with a lot of different data. There are structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. There are a lot of sources that they get. But I always think about where is the data that I want to use? Is it at what place it is? Shall I ask somebody to access this data? What is the procedure to take this data? Why this happened? I mean, 20 years ago, it was, I would say, more easier to manage all this data because majority of the data were structured, the data were on the one place, they were like, I can easily say it was like a monolithic data structure. So it was quite easy for the company to manage all this data. But then as a new trend evolved, as they said, I heard in the previous, I think, panel or a session, that the data is new fuel, you know, of the future business and the businesses of the 21st century. You know, everybody were getting the data. You know, get all the data that you can. You know, give me. No, that's not the topic that we're talking today. So you know, everybody was collecting the data, and that was totally fine. But then, if we think about the new IDC study, we come to the point where they said that by 2025 there's going to be 160 zettabytes of data. I don't know if everybody knows how big that is. I mean, how they speak about it, how they write it. I mean, it's huge, it's enormous, you know. But for me, and for now, I think for all of you, most important and more important fact is that there are going to be 10 times more data generated in the world than the available storage. So prepare your wallets and plans and budgets, so in order to buy all these expensive storages that is going to be back then. But no, of course, we are smart guys here and women, of course, and we are going to be modern and to implement some new ways how to eliminate the duplicates of the data, how to clean the data more better, and how to minimize the replication of the data generally that we manage. There are a lot of technologies. You know, we will not speak today only about one single tech stack. We are going to talk about the combination of traditional data management with the new modern technologies, solutions, and apps. I don't know if anybody heard about the data virtualization or virtually accessing the data. That means that the data stays where it is, and through some fancy metadata tools, we are accessing the data by leaving it on the way where it is, and by that we allow our businesses to get a real-time or near real-time data. Okay, we are coming to one topic, which is, I think, the center of today's session. So let's see how modern data solutions boost not only the e-commerce, of course, industries. I mean, this is something which is relevant for today's this summit, but generally in the whole, all the future businesses. You must heard about some of these terms, you know, data fabric, unified data layer, modern data fabric. I will maybe add like eliminating data silos or the data as a product concept and so on. I don't know if anybody heard about the data mesh concept. Just raise hand, okay. Okay, perfect. So I will make it more easier or more easy to understand later on, but I will focus on two topics now. Data mesh and data fabric. Both of them have a single and the same result. Make a data decentralized and allow every user, any user which is in the company, use it on the simplest and easiest possible way. Just to go, let's say, to explain it in a, let's say, more easier way, let us imagine two people speaking. 20 years from now, you know, there is maybe a geographical boundaries, you know, they are going out, hanging out, speaking every day, and they don't have a problem with the language that they speak. But then, you know, suddenly they meet two people, another two people, you know, bad guys, some bad boys, you know, bad boys, not that one. So they come, but they speak a different language. So what now? Okay, traditional way, we want to hang out with them, we want to work with them, so what we shall do? Everybody shall learn each language. And it has some time, it needs some time, it wastes some energy. This is totally okay if this happens once in 5 years or once in 10 years. But can you imagine now that companies are accessing a new data and new sources every 2 to 3 months? So can you imagine yourself learning new language every 3 to 4 months? I think it's not very operational and effective. So what is the easiest way today to do it? Maybe there are some translation modules or some translation applications, you know, that can simultaneously translate the languages while we speak. Okay, of course, maybe it's not maybe the best professional way to express yourself, but we will understand each other. We can speak from the day we met. I can speak today with a friend from Japan. I couldn't do it 20 years ago. Can you imagine me, you know, going through the, you know, some books in Japanese, you know, and trying to find all of that. This doesn't mean that we will only use these new fancy technologies and fancy solutions. There is a combination between a traditional way of dealing with the data and the new modern ways how we shall use a new technologies. Now we are coming to some articles that they said. Of course, I heard on the previous one previous session, you know, data-driven, you know, it's something that is coming, that is here. It's not even the buzzword anymore. It is the mainstream of the future world. And if we see big companies like IBM, Gartner, Forrester, and many others, they say that the data-driven companies will outperform the other players in the market. I don't know if you know what is a data-driven. I mean, generally a data-driven company is a company that creates a strategic, how to say, sorry? Yes, a advantage. It's a significant advantage, and that the strategical decisions are made and based on the data and the deep data analysis, but not on the assumptions or some other ways of doing it. So the digital teams within the companies are becoming more and more important for our companies and for every company in the future, not only the ones which are in the e-commerce business, but any players. And according to the latest Gartner survey, you know, 76% of digital teams claim, not say, but claim that they are in direct correlation with the company's revenues. 76%. I didn't change 7 with 2. I said 76. So that means that how we treat them, how we allow them to play with new technologies, how we allow them to improve our business through some new and modern tools, this is how we will let's say, plan the way where our ship goes. Of course, we must also think and always think about the holes in the boat, and that's right. How the big guy said, you know, you cannot have a hole in the boat and thinking or to take, you know, the ship in the right direction, you know, you're trying to close that hole. Oops, just a second. Okay, I will not speak about machine learning and AI. I mean, you will hear about this in many other sessions. I just want to point a direct connection between a modern data management and the way how we manage and orchestrate our data and the new technologies that are coming up. I mean, all of us must heard about the OpenAI, ChatGPT, and so on. You know, some companies are thinking to implement it in their own businesses, internally, externally. Some are already implemented it. But the thing is that the only limitation, no, I will not say the only, but I would say the major limitation that is going to be a driver for this implementation is going to be the flexibility of the accessing the data that you use. You cannot use only a batch processing data, you know, and the historical data in order to implement this AI or the new tools. They need to have real-time or almost real-time insights that will bring the results to the clients at the end. I mean, I will just point let's say this one survey from 21st. 98% of companies indicate that data pipelines break frequently. That means that the data that they use on everyday basis breaks at one point. That means that they use some data that they even know that they are the right data that they use. So we must think about that. On the other side, technology trend 22-23 by Gartner said, and for the first time in the history of this survey, is that technologies around data take or share the throne together with the cybersecurity. Then you can imagine how important it is for all of us to think about new ways of managing the data. So, we are coming to an end. Does anybody know about Zalando company? Yes? Yes? All right. Oh, what now? Okay, there are some that don't know. Okay, who knows? Please don't answer. So, if I said, you know, that this is a, you know, you go to the Google, you search the company, the cases that they have, you know, you will learn about, you know, mindset change, data-driven insights. You will go to their even engineering blog. They don't even talk about their business. They talk about the technology, how technology should improve the businesses generally, not their own. You know, you see that there is a machine learning pipeline, you know, real-time maintenance. There is some technologies around the Apache, you know, who is how they do in order to orchestrate the data. Or you have some career changes in the IT industry. You know, they're speaking about that. So I think that the obvious is for somebody to conclude and to say, this is the IT company. But this is a leading EU online fashion retailer from Germany. So there, in 2016, they bring and they created a position as this Alex, I think it was at the beginning of 2016, as a VP of Data and Machine Learning. I mean, this is Europe, this is not States, in the beginning of 2016. So, and at that point, they realized that the major topic for them is that they want to understand the whole sources, the whole types of data that they use. And they want to create a single platform, so the single access or unified layer for their clients, and not only the clients, but for their employees, to access all this data on the right way. So this modern data management concept is not a it's not a simple part of a technology. It's not a solution. It's not a, it's not an application. This is not. This is not a system integration. No, this is a mindset change. This is a cultural change from the top till the very bottom of the bottom of the operational levels. So they said, we will forget about the modern about the monolithic data infrastructure, about the centralized data. We will forget about it. We will just go with the new concept, create the data as a product. Every data provider and every data creator will provide the data on the way like it is a product. And let's allow everybody to use it in the way how they should use it. First, I finished. So I took some screenshots. So go and play if you didn't. I mean, when you pick some product, you will see that it creates some its own combinations. You know, some Zalando recommendation. And this is not even a combination that they offer. This is just a combination. They create a picture for you. They create the combination of some other stuff which totally doesn't have a connection with what you want to buy. So thank you very much, and I think that it was interesting. If you have any questions.
Marko, thank you. Very interesting presentation. I hope we have some quick questions. No?
No.
They understand everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you again.